Hey everybody, hope you're doing good. I am sitting in my room just kind of relaxing and thinking about what I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about, and I guess that's it. So I guess I'll get started. If you've never seen my videos, this is my third one. I'm just recently new to doing this on Instagram. I used to do this just on Facebook, so Instagram is kind of new to me as far as a channel goes. I'm a psychic medium, and I was born this way. I follow the Bible. I grew up religious. Now I wouldn't call myself religious. I just follow the Bible, but I also have abilities. So I'm after the truth. That's what I'm after. I'm not trying to be right about anything. I just want to discuss different things with you and kind of tell you what I've learned on my journey so far. I've noticed a few things that have happened since I started doing Bible quotes. Sometimes it triggers reactions in people. It's like sometimes I think people get turned off by talking about God or Jesus, or they may think that I'm trying to point out something directly about them, but that has to do with triggers that we have with our own selves on that stuff. But it does happen. I'm in a weird spot because I think if I went into a church and I said, I have abilities and the things that I say come true, more often than not, would they accept me into the church, as a Christian? And then the spiritual people, sometimes they get upset because I follow the Bible and I talk about God and I talk about Jesus. But I know there's more people out there like me that are searching for the absolute truth. We're not trying to stomp on anybody's beliefs. We're not trying to be right. We want the truth, and that's what I'm seeking. It's what I'm trying to find, is the absolute truth. And I'll keep searching. So while I'm doing it, I ask questions, I study, I share things with you. Some of the things that I go through aren't awesome, and some are. I think sometimes when people think about someone who does the kind of work that I do, they think, oh, that person has to be perfect. It's not necessarily, they may say that, but they're thinking, oh, well, if she does this for a living, why does she like heavy metal music or rap music, or why does she use the F word? Or, there's little judgments that come along with that. And, sorry, somebody was trying to talk to me on my phone. I just pushed it down. We're always going to be judged by somebody, but we have to stay true to our path, true to what we feel like is our truth and what we need to speak. If we're not speaking it out, it's going to build up and build up and build up until you want to explode. And that's never good. It's never pretty, because you usually end up exploding on somebody who doesn't deserve it. And, you don't want to do that. But I was just talking to a good friend of mine who's also a psychic medium. And, we're both on the same page as far as loving God, but also having abilities and trying to figure out exactly, what's the truth, what's right, what's wrong, but not having it shoved down your throat. When you have it shoved down your throat, it turns people off. And spirituality and God and Jesus, it's not something, it's a path, something you really have to find for yourself. And you really can't tell somebody how to feel or how to worship. So all that I'm really going to do is share with you a little about what I've found out, and maybe help teach you some things along the way that may help you. Maybe help you learn to set boundaries with people who get mad at you if your beliefs aren't exactly like theirs. And there are people like that. If you don't believe exactly how they do, they get upset, they get pissed off, they get mad, they don't want to talk to you anymore. They'll start bad mouthing you, you know. But then you have the other ones that say, "Oh my gosh, I'm on the same thought pattern you are. This is exactly what I want to. Let's do it together. Let's talk about this. Let's figure this out. Let's brainstorm. Let's have psychic conversations, and see what we can come up with." I've even seen pastors, say, "Oh, some people think they're prophets and don't judge anybody. Worry about the path that you're on." You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about somebody else's path. Share things with people, but the main thing is shoving it down somebody's throat. It's going to turn them away even further. Another thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people, quite a few people that I've talked to have been turned off or have left God because of their experiences inside of a church with Christians or whatever religion it is. They have problems with the humans, and then they have a bad taste in their mouth for God. I want to remind you that they're humans and we all make errors, and just because somebody goes to church on Sunday doesn't mean they're a good person all week long, or they're following the Bible or whatever it is. So don't let anybody make you feel like you're not as good as them. I think it's confusing for people because, some of the new stuff that I'm talking about, they don't know about me. Lately, I've had a few things happen to me and some epiphanies. And one of the things that gave me a huge epiphany was watching the book, I listened to it on YouTube, so you can just pull it up and listen instead of having to read it. But the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch really kind of filled in some blanks for me. It answered big questions for me. It filled in puzzle pieces. It gave me a bigger picture of some of the things that I was on the fence about, or things that I had funny feelings about, and now I know why. Some of the New Age stuff to me feels Luciferian, and that's upsetting to people because it's about love and light, and nobody wants to hear that. And, I'm the bad guy that's going to say it. Not everything is, but some things are. When you mess with certain things and conjure, it is not of the light. That is not who is helping you. I want to make that clear. And why do I want to make it clear? Because I love you, and I don't want you to go to hell. And some people, they get upset and they think that, talking about hell or talking about sin or God's laws is, God, a fear-based God. No, his laws are just. His commandments are just. He is a loving God. He gave us free will. And if we want to enter the gates of heaven, there's things that, just like your parents give you rules because they love you, he's our parent as well. He's really our parent. He thought us up in great detail before he decided who our parents were going to be. He is our father. Whether you know him or not, he's your father. He has certain things that he wants of you. certain things that he doesn't want to see you do because it's upsetting. He doesn't want anybody to end up in hell, but I'm not going to pussyfoot around and walk on eggshells and pretend that hell isn't a real place, because it is. And you need to know it. It doesn't mean that everything about God is stern. He's so loving. Do you know he loves you so much that anything that you love in this lifetime, he's already got waiting for you in heaven right now? Say you love guitars, like my brother. We were just talking about this. He's a heavy metal guitarist, and he's like, it's so exciting to think that in heaven, I've got all this kick-ass equipment, and guitars, and, it's true. Some people even carry over food to the next life. So if you say you're a big foodie in this life, you don't have to eat over there, but it will be available to you. If that's something that you loved here, he'll have it for you there. Just like a parent does when they're pregnant with their baby and they're waiting to meet their baby and they start filling up their bedroom. That's what he does in heaven. He's filling up your bedroom right now. The things that he wants you to have, things that he wants to surprise you with when you get there. He's a loving God. But there's things out there that are evil. And it's all of our job to be able to discern. And you're going to ruffle some feathers. But your true, real friends, even if they don't agree or believe in exactly what you believe, they're not going anywhere. If you have people go somewhere because you decide how you want to worship, they're not right for you anyway. Follow your path, whatever you feel. Wherever you're at right now is exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Exactly. For a reason. Remember that. You're so loved. We all are. And I just want everybody to know him. And I want to see everybody make it to heaven. And I don't think you have to be a perfect person to do it. My dad had a near-death experience 2 years ago. If you follow my page, my dad has stage 4 cancer, lung cancer. He's been battling it now for 2 years. And when he first got it, he had to have a portion of his lung removed, like an L shape of his lung removed that was just full of cancer. And while he was on the operating table, he was 73 years old when this happened. He found himself floating in a room. This is a man that rides a Harley, painted cars for a living, has never really gone to church, you know what I mean? Found himself floating in a room with angels putting wings on people. The first thing he said to me when he woke up from the ICU was, I was just in a room with people getting wings put on. He's not a perfect person, and he ended up in heaven. Stop fearing it. Stop the fear. And realize you can be you. He wants you to be you. He doesn't want anybody wearing a mask. It's the people that hide and pretend they're good that scare me. Be yourself. Sometimes just being you and people knowing the road that you've gone down, it would take somebody only like you to reach them. So it's all right to be yourself and still love God. You don't have to be a perfect person. I don't have to stop listening to my music. I mean, I don't need to be listening to, devil music or, I know what's bad and what's good. But there is nothing wrong with liking fast, heavy metal. It doesn't mean that I can't love God and like what I like. I guess that's all for tonight. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I just have a lot on my mind, and I haven't really gotten to talk to you guys yet, so I'm unloading on you. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. Just please be respectful, because I will be respectful of yours. I am straightforward. I will ask you to explain something if you tell me a truth, one of your truths. So if I ask you to explain it to me, it's not because I'm trying to be a bitch. It's because, I don't know, and I won't know unless you tell me, the whole thing. So don't be afraid to talk to me. I like to talk about this stuff a lot, and no matter if I don't understand or believe you or not, I will pray on anything that you tell me, and I will think about it, and I will study it and look it up. So I'm just asking for you to give me, an open ear too, to listen to what I have to say, and then it's up to you to make up your mind how you want to worship. I hope everybody has a good night. I'm asking that the Lord blesses any person that's watching this video, that if they're in need of money or assistance of any kind, Lord, that you will send angels to them, that you will make sure they get the money they need, or whatever it is that they need for them or their family, that's given to them. I ask this all in your loving name, Lord. Amen. Bye, you guys. Talk to you next time.